I am 80 years old, and for years I lay awake near midnight with a tired body and a mind that would not stop, until one slow way of breathing at bedtime finally let me fall asleep. Before I go on, if these honest words do you good, take a moment and subscribe. That way more tired hearts can find them. Let me take you back into it because I think you know this dark very well. It is almost midnight. The lamp is off. The house is quiet. My body is heavy and worn from the day, and it wants nothing more than to rest. But my mind will not agree. It starts to race. Over the day I just lived, over tomorrow, and the small worries waiting there. Over things I cannot change at this hour, no matter how long I turn them in my head. I lie on my back with one hand resting on the quilt, my eyes wide open in the faint light from the window, and I wait for a sleep that will not come. Here is the strange, unfair thing about it. You lie down hoping for peace, and instead the thoughts grow louder. The quieter the room, the louder your own head. So you look at the clock, 11, then 1, then 3 in the morning, and the more you long for sleep, the more it seems to hide from you. You know this hour, don't you? When you want sleep so badly that it slips further away, like a shy animal you're reaching for too fast. For a long time I told myself a simple story about this. I am old, I said. This is just what happens to a woman my age. The body forgets how to sleep, and there's nothing to be done. I made my peace with lying there, staring at the ceiling. But I was wrong, and discovering that I was wrong is what changed my nights. It was not the years keeping me awake. Plenty of tired old women sleep like children. What kept me awake was the racing itself, the fighting, the chasing. My age was not the thief. My own restless mind was. And tonight, I want to share the one gentle thing that finally turned it around for me. No pills to buy, no gadget, no strain. Just a slow way of breathing you can try right there in your own bed, step by calm step. I will walk you through exactly how I do it. But first you need to understand why the racing holds sleep away. Because here's what I finally understood. When we are frightened or restless, our breath tells the body to stay on guard. And there is one small change to that breath that tells it, instead, that the day is safely over. That one small change is the breath out. When we are anxious, the breath goes fast and shallow, high up in the chest, and the body reads it as a warning to stay alert. But when we let the breath slow, especially the long, soft breath out, the body begins to feel safe. It is like telling an old friend, gently, that the day is over now. I am not a doctor, and this is only what I came to understand in my own bed over many quiet nights. But once I felt it, I could not unfeel it. The racing was not my age. It was my breath, running ahead of me. So let me share exactly how I do it, step by calm step, right there under the covers. First, I lie on my back. If that is not kind to me that night, I turn onto my side. Then I rest one hand on my belly, just one hand, soft and warm so I can feel what is moving. Now the breath in. I breathe in slowly through my nose while I count to 4. And here's the little thing that tells me I am doing it right. The belly rises under my hand, not the chest. My hand lifts gently, like a small tide coming in. Then I hold just for a soft moment. No strain, no holding tight. And then comes the part that matters most. I breathe out slowly through my mouth, longer than I breathed in. I count to 6 or 7, and I let everything go loose. The shoulders, the jaw, the hands. The long breath out is the quiet that carries me down. In for 4, out, long and soft. That is the whole of it. I do this maybe 8 or 10 times. I do not force it, and I do not chase a certain number. If my mind wanders back to tomorrow, to the bill, to the phone call I forgot, I do not scold it. I simply come back to the counting, back to the belly under my hand, back to the long breath out. Now, let me ask you something while we rest together. How old are you tonight? And do you already have a little bedtime habit that helps you? Tell me in the comments. I read them like letters from friends. And if this channel brings you calm, ring the bell so it finds you again. Then come back to the breath. Some nights, by the 6th or 7th breath, I can feel my whole body grow heavier, sinking into the mattress like a stone into still water. That heaviness is not weakness. It is your body finally letting go of the guard it kept all day. But the breathing was not the whole of it. There was one more thing I did that helped me most of all, and it had nothing to do with counting. It was about giving up something I had been doing every single night without knowing it. The thing I gave up was the fight. For years I treated sleep as something to win, something to chase, and the chasing was its own kind of racing. So I told myself instead that even lying still and breathing slowly is rest, whether sleep comes or not. And that changed everything, because the moment I called it rest, there was nothing left to fail at, no score to lose, no clock to beat. If I lay there in the dark with my hand on my belly, breathing in for 4 and out long and soft, then I was already resting. Sleep or no sleep, the pressure just slipped off my shoulders. And here's the strange part, dear one. Once I stopped chasing sleep, it began to come on its own. I did not catch it. I did not win it. It simply arrived quietly while I was busy with the long breath out, counting to 6, letting my whole body go loose. The very thing I had been fighting for was waiting for me to stop fighting. That was the piece that helped me most of all. Not a trick, a letting go. Now, let me say this plainly, the way I would want a friend to say it to me. I am not your doctor, and I cannot see you. This is only my own experience, not medical advice. If your sleep trouble goes on, or if it has anything to do with your medication, please ask your doctor. That is the safe and loving thing to do, and it takes nothing away from these gentle words. But what I love about this breathing is how little it asks of you. It costs nothing. You need no pills, no machine, no special pillow. You already have everything you need, your breath, your hand, and a quiet moment in the dark. You can try it tonight, right there in your own bed. And if the sleep is slow to come, be kind to yourself anyway. A wakeful night, held gently, is not a night wasted. You were resting. You were breathing. You were giving your tired heart a soft place to be. That too is enough. So here's my small wish for you. If you try this tonight, come back tomorrow and tell me in the comments whether the morning felt a little softer. I read them like letters from friends, and it warms me to know these words found you. Tonight, when your head hits the pillow and your mind starts to race, do not fight it. Come and breathe slowly with me instead. Rest your hand on your belly. Feel it rise. In for 4. Out, long and soft. Again, in for 4. And out, longer than you breathed in, letting the day go, letting the clock and its small hours drift away. There's nothing to win here, only rest. May you rest well, dear one, and wake gentler in the morning light, with the first soft glow through the curtain, and a quiet cup of tea waiting for you when you rise.